Hello. Going to start the workshop on Vijaya Institute of Technology for the Humans for the Department of Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning. Thanks for giving the statistical and mathematical operation. We are using the data science and it can store the large amounts of the data. What is the data science? Data science it is the combination of the different domains. In the data analysis and computer science and domain specification knowledge, we are using the data science. In the data science, we are using the analyzing and visualization and interpreting the data. We are using to solve the complex problems also. Introduction of the data science. Graphical representation part also we are using the data science and the statistic problems. We can using the, for example, we are taking from the stock market result also showing the statistical representation. We are using the data science and analytical report also we are using the data science. These are the application we are using the data science. First have to collect the data set. After completion of the data set, we are using the data storage. Data can be stored in different locations. For example, data can be stored by using the CSV files or a text file or Excel file. We can store the data storage. After that, we have to data mining or data warehouse. We have to store the large amounts of the data. We are using the data mining. After that, we are using the analysis. Analysis part, we are using the graphical representations and mathematical operations. We are using analysis part. After data visualization also we are using the graphical representations, visualization part also including. These are the tools and methods we are using data science. In the data science, we are using the statistics. In the statistics part also we are using the data science. After that, we are using the artificial intelligence and mathematical operations. In this place, we are most of the time we are using the data science operations and the uses and the applications. We are using the different fields. For example, we are taken from the cyber security. In the cyber security, we are using data science in the facial recognition and digital health. For example, everyone is consult the doctor in online. On that we are using the data science application and self-driving cars and map routing and different we are using the data science part. History of the data science. In the data science is introduced in the year 1960. Introducing in the data science. After to understanding and interpretation the large amounts of the data, we are using the data science part. In the data science, we are using the statistics and statistical models and deploy the rooted with the field of the data science. These are the fields we are using the data science. And more data has become available. For example, we are taken from the shopping. In the shopping mall to identify the behavior and trends. What is the business? Business have been calculating and storage and greater amounts. Have to check the every. For example, we are taken from the one shopping mall. Today, how much we are sales. And the growth of the internet and internet of the things also we are using the internet. IoT, for example, for one person enter into the one room, the lights is on and off because of data science. And exponential growth data values and available enterprises applications also we are using the big data and the data application. This is the one of history of the data science. 1962, John Tukey is introducing the data analysis. The functional data scientist is the general statistician as a good understanding for the software architecture. First, you have to understand the software architecture in multiple programming languages. In the data science, we can solve the very complex problems easy and gives the easy to give the solutions. And to design the frameworks for collecting the screening and needed the data. After collecting the data and processing the data and modeling the data, we are using the data science. Data science, it is the one branch of the computer science. In the computer science, we are using the business analysis part, machine learning, and mathematics and statistics. These are the domain we are using the data science. Data science is the combination or subpart of the artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence means like a human made preparing thinking power. Intelligence means thinking power. The machine also thinking like a human is known as the artificial intelligence. What is the? We are giving the machine learning algorithms. In this part we are using these are the machine learning algorithms. In the machine learning we can be categorized into 3 types: supervised machine learning, unsupervised machine learning, and reinforcement learning. In the supervised machine learning, to calculate the label data. What is the meaning of the label data? We are taking the input and assigning to the output in the supervised machine learning. Unsupervised machine learning only assigning to the input values, not output. Reinforcement is not the. In supervised machine learning can be categorized into 2 types: classification and regression. In the classification, again can be categorized into 3 types, and Navis based classification. In the Navis based classification, we are using the decision tree and support vector mission. In the random forest, and random forest is the one of the subpart of the classification, and k-nearest algorithm also used in the only classification part. In the regression, we are using the linear regression, neural network regression, support vector, and a decision tree. In the decision tree, we are taking from the one root node. After the root node can be categorized into 2 types: decision node and leaf node. Decision can be node extension the different parts, and leaf node can be extend because this is the end of this stage. And the k-nearest clustering. In the k-nearest clustering and mean shift clustering, DB scan clustering, these are the different algorithms we are the subpart of the clustering. In the decision making, we are using the Q learning, R learning, TD learning. What is the difference between the artificial intelligence versus machine learning versus deep learning? Artificial intelligence only provide the thinking power to the machine. In the machine learning, we are taking from the fast data. After fast data, have to analysis, complete analysis to predict the values. In the deep learning, we are taking from the images to predict the result. How to work this is the machine learning working process. First we are training the data. After that, apply the algorithms. After completion of algorithms, I have to learn the mission. After applying the trained model to get the result. This is the process of the machine learning. First we are taking from the data set. In the data set, we are this is the open source. We are taken from the data set in Kaggle website. After completion of the data collection, data is pre-processed. In the data is pre-processing, the data can be pre-processed like a cleaning and transform. In the cleaning, we have unwanted data have to remove in this phase. After that example, we are using the pie chart, bar chart, and the scatter plot. We are using the different visualization. After that, analysis part. In the analysis part, we are using the train the machine learning. We are taking from the supervised and unsupervised. In the supervised, we are using the regression. Regression we are taking from the one raw data. After completion of the raw data, can be categorized into 2 types, and graphical representation part and results part. And the classification also we are using the raw data. In the raw data, we are taking from the training solutions and testing and prediction values. After unsupervised machine learning, we are taking from the one raw data. There is no prediction to perform. After prediction, data with the similar algorithms. After completion of the building the algorithms to evaluate the model. After the evaluation, we are completing the deploying. In the deploying stage, we are using the testing. In the supervised data, we are taken from the label data. In the label data, for example, we are taken from the different shapes of the labels. For example, we are taken from the hexagon, triangles, and squares. Apply the training the model. after trying the model to complete the prediction, and after completion of the prediction we are testing the data. In that we got the result for the different squares of the triangle. And then we are taken from the machine learning system and group the unlabeled data. For example, these are the example for the in the clustering we are taken from the one raw data. After apply the machine learning algorithms to apply to got the result for the output. To perform the machine learning algorithms, we are using the prerequisites using the libraries. What are the libraries we are using in the machine learning means, first you have to using the NumPy. Now, what is the purpose we are using the NumPy means, to populate very recent years, to providing the business how to business is developed, to data is more efficient or not. For example, we are taking and now using the data science and help them with the various process. This is the importance of the data science for the business. In the for example, we are taking from the one small business help to better to large corporation and to develop like this. In the data science we are using the automation. In automation we are using apply the machine learning models and to predict the result, to calculate the accuracy for the human errors are there, and basics which adds the model reliability. In the stock market trading also we are using the data science. In the data science we are using the predict the model and for stocking trading and sentiment analysis and machine learning for the stock market. These are the application we are using the data science. In the machine learning for the stock market, we can write the machine learning programs by using the Python, R programming. We are using the JavaScript, Java, C, C++. These are the languages also support to write the machine learning code. I will show the one real-time application for the credit card fraud detection. In this phase, first you have to import the NumPy. Now, what is the purpose of the NumPy means, to calculate the array calculations, any mathematical calculations as the PD, and Matplotlib library and Seaborn. And Matplotlib library and Seaborn we are using the graphical representation. After that, to calculate the accuracy score and the confusion matrix, we are importing the SQL and matrices. After that, we are using the parameters. After that you have to assign the pd dot read underscore csv. To read the data set we are using the pandas. After that we are print the data dot shape. In the shape means how many rows and columns are there, have to apply the df dot shape. After that df dot head means default display the first 10 columns and rows of the information. This is the first data. First we are taking from the data set. In the data set we are taking from the Kaggle website. After Kaggle website we are taking from the data set. This is the data collection. After completion of the data collection, data is fraud. One can be mentioned as the fraud. In the X label we are taking from the target classes. In the Y label we are taking from the count. In the X label we are taking from the target classes. In the Y label we are taking from the count value. What is the title of this plot means, count of the each target class. This is the representation. After that we have to print a number of missing values in the data set or not. Print the completion of the printing we are using the df dot is null dot sum. In the data set any null values are there not. In the null values are there, have to count the null values. After completion of the removing the null values we are using the apply the training. This is the analysis part. In the analysis part we are using the training and testing. In the training and testing we are using the sklearn model selection. In the SQL selection model, we are using the training and the testing underscore split. In the future underscore names, we have to mention the df dot location. In the df dot location, we are taking from the first column to 30 columns. After that, print the future names. After that, print the target. What are the target? In the based upon the index, we have to calculate the columns. In the columns, we are mentioned the data type is object type. We have to mention. After completion of the data futures, we are using the df under df. We are mentioned the data underscore names. Y can be trained. In the X train, we are after completion of the training, we have to test the X model. After completion of the Y train, after test the Y model. Training and testing underscore split, have to split the training and testing model. In the training and testing model, we are taking from the parameters, for example data underscore features and data underscore target, train size, how much. In the random state, we are giving to the 1. After that, have to print length of the X train. In the X train, you have to format the format is equal to X underscore train. In the length of the X, how much. Second one is a tree underscore y hat to calculate the accuracy score. After that, to print the accuracy score for the decision tree. By using decision tree, how much accuracy score you got means 98.94. After that, we are using the two class names. One class name is equal to, in the class names we are taking from the two parameters. One is the not fraud, another one is the fraud. In the confusion matrix, in the taken from the y test and tree underscore white. To create the pandas in the data frame, we are using the data frame. In the to assigning the data frame, pd dot data frame. In the data frame, we are taking from the matrix. In the matrix, we are taking after that after completion of the matrix, we are taking from the index. Index always. This is the formattation can be represented. This is the formattation can be represented as the green color. In the float graph representation, we are using the confusion matrix. In the confusion matrix, we are using the tight underscore layout. In the y label, we are taking from the true classes, and the float x label we are taking from the product values. We are taking from the two labels. Y label we are taking from the true values. This is the true values representation. In the x-axis, we are taking from the product values. In the product values, we are taking from the not fraud, and another one is fraud. In the y label, we are taking from the two classes. One class is fraud class, another class is not fraud class. After that, I have to show the graphical representation. plt.show. Show means to represent the graphical like this. After that, import the logistic regression. In the logistic regression is the one of the regression model to apply the SQL and linear underscore model. In this you have to import in this SQL matrix, you have to import the confusion matrix. Confusion matrix also imported. After that, we have taken from the model is equal to logistic regression. In the logistic regression, we are using the model dot fit. In the model dot fit, we are taking from the two labels. One label is x train and another label is y train. To predict the result, we are using the model dot predict. In the model dot predict, we are using the x underscore test.